Hello, everybody, to episode 3 of the Run So Fast podcast. We've only been up and running a week, but the first two videos have got 1,600 views for Darren already, or 1,600 views if Singaporeans don't know what 1,600 is. We've got 1,000 views and counting for the episode 2, the Treks Athletics Club. And very proudly, I would say that Darren's episode is the number one viewed running podcast episode in Singapore already. We have overtaken some of the long-standing industry leaders for runners-only podcasts. I don't count the Sorayon podcast on Yalaba and all that kind of stuff because that's a very different scale. So just counting running-only podcasts, Darren's episode is number one, and we've only been up a week. So no pressure there to follow, Romain, but how have you been? Episode 3, you've been training for a week. You are 1 week nearer to the Taiwan Open, which will be happening on Saturday. How has your week been?
Well, it has been a long weekend week where last Wednesday was a public holiday, and the upcoming Monday is also another public holiday.
Wow.
So, for training wise, it's actually been pretty nice because more rest, but also it means that people in the office are taking the long weekend to go overseas. Fewer people in office means more work to do, so give and take. Yeah.
I see. I
So
see.
this morning I did my last or second last 800 meter specific workout
What was it?
and
Share the details, share the pain. Come on.
share the pain. Okay, I showed up this morning not knowing what I was in for, and I dear Coach Kai, who is a sprinter, has this uncanny ability to cook up the most painful middle distance workouts, and he gets the most kick out of it because he's not the one doing it.
Nice.
So this morning, I had to do a 600, a 400, and a 200, all at 800-meter race pace.
And how quick was that?
And
For your current level of fitness, how quick was that?
I was doing it at my goal pace, which equates to a 16 second per 100 or a 64 to 65 second lap.
Okay, so 64, 65 times 2 would be 208 to 210. Would it be correct to say that is your target 800-meter pace?
That's my target first lap pace for the 800, and
Okay.
the hope is to minimize the deceleration so that I could come in at maybe 212 to 214. But
Okay, and
let's
your
see
and
how
your
it
personal
goes
best, if I don't remember wrongly, is 214.98. Is that correct?
on the dot.
There we go. That's what a good brother does. Remember your PBs. Now, moving into the Taiwan Open, I understand you're doing two events. Is it both the 800 and the 1500 meters? Which one is the priority here, or are they both equally important? Which one comes first and yadida?
Okay, so the initial plan was to only do the 800, but I am also squeezing in the 1500 because I haven't done one since August last year when I was in London. And the mile is coming up. Okay, so there's the whole World Road Running Championships that
Oh, we're
is
going to talk
scheduled
about that,
for
don't worry.
September, but I'm going to get in at least one mark so that I can be put up for consideration at the very least for a criteria that does not exist as of today, 30th May.
So you're trying to qualify for a world championship despite not knowing what the qualifying criteria is by your national federation, despite the fact that the world championships is less than 4 months away. Did I sum it up?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, good on you for trying to play the game without knowing the rules and just forecasting the rules. I think that's part of every athlete's like need to know how when you're in this sport long enough in Singapore. So all the best, Romain. You're in good shape, and I look forward to watching your races on the YouTube. I sound like a boomer now. I wanted to say on the YouTube. But enough about us. How about we introduce our guest, Romain? And would you like to introduce our guest today, or should I continue as per normal?
Well, I could do a brief intro because I've noticed her around.
Okay.
I think I we crossed paths kind of briefly in NTU back in 2022, but we didn't know each other then. I saw this name, Shing Ling, running the 5K for NTU at the varsity championships. And at the time, she was still only, quote unquote, running a 20-minute 5K. And then 2 years later, we both went to the Taiwan Open, and in pretty nice weather for Asian standards or Southeast Asians, yeah, Asian standards at the very least, she ran a 18:06 5,000-meter PB, which,
Wow.
yeah, really hats off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, let's
and now
introduce
she's
our
doing the
guest
marathon.
here. Wow. Okay, let's introduce our guest, Shing Ling. Hi, Shing Ling. Yay! Welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Thank
Thanks for
you
having
so much
me.
for joining us on episode 3. I honestly didn't know for sure whether we'd be able to get you on because I don't know you very well apart from going to one SEA Games with you, but you know, a bunch of people go SEA Games. I didn't really get to talk to you a whole lot, but from my understanding, you're a little bit shy. Am I correct to say that?
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on our podcast then. Yeah, introduce yourself, please, and we'll pepper in with fun facts that we know every here and there. But thank you. Welcome to our podcast. How are you,
Okay.
Xingling?
Hi, I'm Shing Ling and I am 27 this year, so I'm working as a full-time software engineer and I would like to say I do distances from 5,000 all the way to the marathon.
Nice. And how did your running journey start? It sounds like Romaine may have met you in NTU. I can't even remember which year Romaine was in NTU. I think it was 2021.
2021 to 2022, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. When she was doing her masters, and you were
Um,
doing your undergrad.
yeah, correct.
And what
Do you want?
what were you studying? Let us know about your university life, how you ended up going to university, and how you ended up running, I guess.
So I did computer science I studied computer science in NTU. I wanted to become a game developer, but then as
Nice.
I graduate, I realized game development isn't really a booming scene in Singapore, so I took the normal route of becoming a software developer. How I
I see.
started running, I don't. Do you want the long version or the short version?
I actually wanted to ask a few more
Long.
questions about the game development because you know I'm a
Oh,
bit of
yeah,
a
sure.
gamer myself. Now not so much. Now I got Run So Fast Academy, and the coaching, and now the podcast, and some athlete management, and my own training, and event consultation for the Singapore Marathon. And I'm also writing training guides for the Singapore Marathon. So I'm quite full now. I haven't actually managed to touch my PlayStation 5 in the last 2 weeks, which I'm very sad about. But yeah, let's talk a bit about how. Okay, not that I want to stereotype by gender, but in general, you know, you think about gamers, right? People who want to like go into like game development or like you study computer science. Am I right to say mostly men, mostly the guys?
I think it over the years the ratio has evened out a bit more. I know during my seniors year, I think one year there was a ratio of 1 to 10 girls.
Okay,
One girl to 10 guys in the course.
so I'm
But
right
during
lah.
my year, yeah, during my year, I think it became 1 to 4, and then I think it's slowly improving as well.
Oh, one to
Oh.
10 to 1 to 4. I mean, that's a huge swing. I mean, not one to
Yeah.
four is still like the disparity is still quite stark, but I guess yeah, good for you, right? You get lots of options when it comes to dating in university. Would that be right to say?
Yes, but that wasn't really my focus.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah, it wasn't your focus lah when you went to university.
Mm.
So what was your focus? Academics?
Actually, I don't really go to school often as well. So
Oh,
yeah, cause I live quite far from the school. So and
I
then
see.
most of the lectures are recorded anyway. So instead of going to school, I would just either watch the lectures online and then uh play games at home.
Yeah. What kind of games did you play, Xingling?
I like role playing games or
Ooh, role playing.
JRPGs. So I like
Okay.
Red Dead Redemption,
Oh
The
yes, that's a good game.
Witcher. Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto?
I actually never played GTA.
You've
Yeah.
never played GTA. You like RPGs and you've never played GTA.
Yeah, I play more Japanese RPGs also, like
I
Final
see.
Fantasy, the Yakuza series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Romaine and I are both Final Fantasy. I wouldn't go as far as to say otakus, lah, but we are both Final Fantasy fans.
Yeah.
Did I get you into it, Romaine?
If you want to take credit for it, sure.
Okay, yeah, because
I
the first Final Fantasy I played in full was Final Fantasy 8.
ate.
Yeah. Um, and then Romaine actually like I think Romaine took it on from there, and Romaine actually finished Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 before I did. so, so I think she got her emulator on her laptop and played it and all. But how many Final Fantasies have you completed, Xingling?
Oh, can't remember, but because I play a lot of different RPGs and then they all have their own storyline, so I can't
Yeah.
really remember like so
Okay.
many.
Who
Yeah.
is your favorite Final Fantasy character? Okay, I give you top three lah. I know it's difficult to choose. Who are your favorite three Final Fantasy characters? And they can be villains, they can be the heroes, they can be the antagonists or the protagonists.
Uh,
Oh, so hard to choose. Romaine, who's your? Give her a bit of time. Romaine, who's your favorite?
Okay, Tifa's up there. Girl
Tifa.
power.
Okay.
That's Tifa's
Tifa
from
from Final Fantasy
7.
7. Yeah.
Yes. Let me see. Wow, this struggling with this right now.
Okay, never mind. Tifa is fine. My favorite, I think I'm biased because he was the first guy that I really got to use in Final Fantasy, but Squall Leonhardt from Final Fantasy 8.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cloud is a fan favorite. I actually really like Zidane from Final Fantasy 9. I know these are all the protagonists from like 8, 7, and 9, but Zidane very underrated. You remember Zidane from 9?
Yes,
Yeah,
of
the monkey
course.
tail.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I
the twin
really enjoyed it.
blades.
Yeah, and the twin blades and who's the guy who disappeared and died in Final Fantasy 9? The magician.
Disappeared.
Yeah, there was a magician. The cute
Oh
little magician.
no!
Yeah. Pulling at Romaine's heartstrings. But anyway, those are my top three. Xingling, how about yourself?
I think I'm basic. I like Cloud also.
Okay, there we go. I also played 13 lah, the one with lightning, but didn't really like resonate with me the 13 series. I think after Square became Square Enix, classic big company buys small game development company and then tries to capitalize on profit and market share and screws everything up. Yeah, that's where Final Fantasy went in my opinion. But yeah, that's as far as gaming goes. So you never played like multiplayer online RPGs or whatever, Xingling? Like I don't know, Dota.
No, I don't like those kind. Cause I like those with storylines.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like I think if you have time, play a good game with a good storyline rather than not not that skill based like multiplayer games are not worth anything, but yeah, it can be a bit storyline isn't there and can be a bit toxic lah. Especially if you play on Southeast Asian servers. Anyway, okay, so stay at home, play games, fantastic, and then got through university, no problems there. You must be quite smart. Um, where did you go after? Like, okay, how did you end up running? I guess did you run before university, during university?
Do you want the long version or the short version?
Okay, give us the short, and then if anything we need to, we can probe and elaborate, and it will become long.
Okay, the short version is I realized because I was saying that I stay at home a lot and play games a lot, so I realized I wasn't very active. Then I wanted to be more active. So running is the easiest exercise to do. So I started,
100%.
yeah, I started running. Then when COVID happened, people usually during COVID, I think people start running more, but it was the opposite for me. I stopped running completely during COVID, and then after COVID ended, I went to join NTU cross country, and then when I graduated, my coach back then said I have potential and continue to coach me. So
Who was your
yeah,
coach?
that's how
Who was your coach?
Dylan.
Dylan. Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Dylan as your boyfriend, Dylan.
Yeah, from
Ah,
FWCC.
okay.
Yeah.
I see. So, Dylan was coaching NTU, and you entered NTU which year?
2018. So he enrolled 1 year before me. So
I see.
during my final year, he became the coach for NTU cross country. Like his first year as
Wow.
a coach. Then yeah.
I see. I mean that's quite that's quite rare that a graduating student then becomes the coach for the NTU team. But good on him, because then you get someone who knows the NTU culture, knows what it's like there, like young, obviously brings like that young energy into the coaching. So fantastic. So you joined running. Sorry, you only started running in university, or did you run before university?
Before university, I was running to keep fit. So I do
I see.
short runs. I think about 3 km, about
I see.
maybe 3 times, 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah.
Okay, so exercising lah, not training.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when you went to university, what made you join cross country? Because going from 2 to 3K runs by yourself to joining a cross country team is obviously a huge step up, wouldn't you say?
So, cause I was running around the stadium, and then one day this like uncle came and approached me, and then he said that he asked if I was part of the school team. Then yeah, I
Ah,
said no, and then he said I should try to join the school team cause I have potential.
how
Yeah.
could he tell that you had potential?
I think I was running. I don't think it was fast, but maybe he saw that I kept running continuously without stopping.
I see. And then, based on the word of a stranger uncle, you went on to join the NTU team.
Correct. Yeah.
And then, based on that, you went on to, long story short, good enough to go to Singapore and represent Singapore at the SEA Games.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to say that the uncle has a lot of foresight and can spot talent lah, but he's probably just an uncle, like saying uncle stuff lah. Just being polite.
Actually,
Trying.
I was yeah I didn't really believe him at first cause um when I first cause I didn't have any training prior to this. So when I first joined NTU, the training session was the first training session I remember I did. It was intervals. So
Mm-hmm.
we ran a bit and then stopped and rest and then yeah we kept repeating. Then when I
Okay.
joined that session, I was like, how am I gonna improve on this if I keep stopping?
Ooh.
So the
Okay.
next session, I decided to stop going.
Okay.
Yeah, cause I didn't
And was that
believe it, but
session
then
was that session set by Dylan?
yes, cause it was just the first session. Yeah, and I didn't
Okay.
understand the philosophy of interval training. But then I stopped going. But then I realized if I stop going, then I won't improve lah. So I should give it a few more sessions to see how it will pan out. Yeah. So after
Okay.
that, I continued.
I see. Okay. So would you kind of bundled your way into running, and then like after a couple session after the first session you gave it a break but came back and then continued, and then you saw the progress?
Yeah, correct.
Nice. And then when did you start really getting into like competitive running, like realizing that you could be good at it, represent the school, da da?
I think at the time I joined, there wasn't a lot of female distance runners in NTU as well. Then
How
and
many were
then
there?
during I think the ones that consistently came were about 6, including me. But I
Okay.
think yeah, but I think most of them were a bit hesitant to do 5,000 and 10,000 meters.
Okay, so
Yeah,
they wanted to do like 1500.
yeah, or 800.
Okay. 800, 1500, yeah.
Yeah.
Simply because they were shorter events.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I would say that 800, 1500 doesn't mean it's easier than 5K, 10K lah. Okay, I get it lah. 10K on the track, 25 laps on the track can be very intimidating. I mean, like Romaine has been running competitively for 2 decades, and I don't think she's ever touched anything close to a 10,000 meters on the track. Um, so,
Yep, that's all right.
have you
And
ever
for good
raced a
reason,
5,000 meters on the track?
of course.
Okay,
And it is always the first answer that comes to mind when people ask me what's the toughest event on the track.
5,000.
Yeah, I
But you've
regret
never
life
run a
choices.
10,000.
I regret life choices halfway into the 5,000 on the track. What makes you think I'm going to last double that on the
Uh,
track?
ten- 10,000 meters on the track is my favorite event. Like marathon, half marathon, 10K, 5K, 10,000 on the track. Hot weather, that's my favorite. So, Xingling, how did you go on to then bundle your way into marathon? Did you bundle your way into the marathon, or was there like some sort of a structured plan? Okay, sorry. You said you graduated, and your coach said you should continue. Dylan said you should continue rather, and so you started going back to NTU for training.
No, I trained at that time. Hougang Stadium was open, so I just ran nearby my house at Hougang
Mm.
Stadium. Yeah, I did my workouts there.
I see. So you were training by yourself once you graduated.
Yeah, correct.
I see. So Dylan will send you the program via whatever, like Training Peaks or WhatsApp or whatever, and then you would do them by yourself and then report back, and then that was the way it was going.
Yeah, I think nowadays it's also similar. I just do the workouts by myself along the park connector.
That's a super Singaporean word to say. Now's the day. I love it. Please continue. Okay, so now's the day you do your park connector sessions by yourself, solo.
Yeah.
Okay, I do understand that you have a very peculiar time of training, including and how Shing Ling balances her social life. You correct me at any point if I'm wrong, but it seems like you don't run in the morning at all because you don't like getting up in the morning to run. So if you have to train, you train in the evening. And to balance your social life, on Friday night after work, you first go and socialize and have drinks with your friends, and then you go home and then you run at 2 a.m. in the morning. Am I
Uh,
right to narrate that?
Yes, but that doesn't happen very often. Yeah.
Okay, why not?
Just cause I want to cut down on my drinking.
Okay. I mean, I don't imagine doing a marathon session after having a couple beers and a whiskey is very very healthy for you in terms of like dehydration. Or maybe you feel happier, maybe it puts you in a better mood before you go out and like slam a 30K session. How did it feel? What was the worst that happened? How many drinks did you have before going out and sessioning at 2 a.m. Long running at 2 a.m. on a Saturday morning?
Cause there will be I can't remember what's the maximum number of drinks, but cause there will be downtime between you getting home from the bar to your house. So during that period,
Can you please like list out the logistics? Because I've never done it. I would love to know how it can be done. And it's not as if I don't drink. Romain will tell you I went through a phase in Singapore, 2019, after I broke the marathon record, where I finally like let loose and I was socializing every weekend. With my friend Nick Impey, who's now back here in London with me, but we haven't gone crazy like that since. I would never think to do a long run after a night out. So can you lay down the logistics? What time do you get off work? What time do you get to the bar? What time do you leave the bar?
of course Friday I end work early at 5:30, so maybe I will reach around 7, and then depends on we have dinner and drinks. But
Okay.
to clarify, it's not really like a super hard run or very long run. I think maybe like 12 km max. So I
Okay.
think it's still okay.
And then when do you do your super long run? Your long run? Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
Sunday evening?
Sunday evening, yeah.
Okay, okay. And where do you currently work, Shinling? I guess we should have established it at the start.
I work at a startup company called Novel Engineering. It's a solution integrator company. Yeah.
I see. I don't understand anything about that, but sounds interesting. Okay, solutions integrating company, fantastic. Now moving on to this. Okay, so how do you go from someone that is running at 2 a.m. after a night out to then going on to be good enough to represent Singapore, going to the Taiwan Open and running 18:04 or whatever you ran, 18:06, and then suddenly going to the marathon and like running really well at the marathon? Like, take us through a couple of steps there.
Actually, when I first started the competitive running, I always knew that I wanted to do longer distance because I knew that I don't have speed on the
Okay.
shorter distances, and I feel like back then I thought that my mental capacity, mental strength was very strong, so I could keep running without stopping. Yeah. So after after my first year of training with Dylan, I told him I wanted to train for the Standard Chartered Marathon. Yeah, that's
After
how
1 year, after
Actually, I think after 6 months, I think.
After 6 months?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is after you graduated.
Yes.
Okay, so you graduated, you trained in Dylan for 6 months, and you're like, okay, I want to do the Standard Chartered Singapore Marathon.
Yeah.
Had you done a half marathon at that point?
I did. I think I only did 2XU half marathons in Singapore previously. Yeah.
Okay, so the 2XU 20.4K lah, essentially. um, so you did that, you enjoyed it better than the 5K, 10K?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and hence you wanted to try the marathon. Okay, good on you. I mean, I thought that was, I think that's very brave. I don't know people who suddenly they want to double the maximum race distance they've done and go to the marathon. I think it can be quite intimidating, but you seem that you're not scared of, were you not scared of the marathon at all?
No, cause I feel that it's a different kind of pain. It's like the aches are in your legs. Cause I don't
Okay.
like the feeling of the heart breathing when I'm running.
Okay. So I mean the marathon's for you lah, because marathon your heart and lungs are not the limiting factor, like it's
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah.
It's how much your legs are moving. Yeah, well, Romain, you look very confused. Why do you look confused?
My lungs are killing me in a 5K, so I can't relate.
Well, no, 5K, yes. 5K is a very VO2 max, max event. You know, your VO2 max, I think the VO2 max predicts your 5K performance the most accurately compared to all the other distances. Like 800 is, of course, lactate. Marathon is not just VO2 max, it's like your fueling, you know, whether or not your muscles and tendons and bones are ready for that kind of pounding, your psychological strength, you know, that's why your brother is so good at the marathon. And, you know, stuff like that. So when I say that, you're very brave to go there is because the marathon is so much longer than whatever you have done. So what makes you say, okay, I want to do it? And it sounds like you've answered my question by saying that you wanted to run at a slower pace for a longer distance, and you felt that that was your thing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome lah. That means you're born for the marathon lah. Like already, like people are scared of running long distances. Never mind the marathon. Talking about 20K, 30K, people already call when it comes to like, you know, like doing a long run. So for you to want to train for marathon is great lah. So did Dylan, when you suggested that to Dylan, how was it done? In person? Over WhatsApp?
Through WhatsApp. I just told him like the plans the races that I want to race this year. Yeah.
Okay. Were you guys dating already then?
No, we weren't.
Not yet. Okay, so
Yeah.
back then you were not always right yet lah. He still made decisions as a coach. But I can tell you once you get dating or married lah, the guy is always in the wrong lah. Okay. My wife is not at home. Otherwise, I'll get her here to show you exactly what I mean. But okay, so when we're talking about you suggesting that to Dylan, so you just put it on the list of races you wanted to do. It wasn't even like I want to do a marathon. You just like, okay, this is a list of stuff I want to do. The Mickey Mouse 5K, the 2XU 20.4K, a couple of track races. Oh, by the way, I'm also want to do the marathon end of the year. Was that how it was done?
Pretty much, but I think he wasn't surprised or against it, cause I think he could see that I could hold paces at longer distances better.
I see. Can you bring us through a typical training week? I mean, like now or back then, if it has changed a lot, let us know how the changes have been. But let us know back then how you were training. Like, do you run every day? How many sessions a week do you run? How many easy days do you run? And then give us a general structure. How do you train? I think people are very interested to know how Singapore's current #1 top-ranked female marathon runner trains. Top ranked by time.
Actually, it changed quite a bit throughout the years as well. And during every marathon training block, he tries something new as well. So when I first started out, it was I think running 5 days a week, and then there will be 2 training sessions because in NTU you train on Monday and Thursdays. Yeah.
Okay.
And then as the years go by, then he added one more training session, so he's running 6 days a week, and then there's also an extra Saturday training sessions.
Okay.
Then now I'm running 7 days a week. The Sunday is a very, very easy 30 minutes run.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's still 3 training sessions on Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Okay.
But
So
in between there are easy runs, but sometimes it will be like I don't know, is it tempo or threshold? Tempo, yeah, I think the slower one, tempo
okay,
run.
give us a breakdown. So Monday, what would you do? Tuesday, what would you
Right
do?
now
Wednesday, what
I'm
would you do?
training for half marathon in July.
Okay, okay.
So
Is
what
that the
did I
Gold
do?
Coast?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Okay, so go Monday.
I think I did 6 by 6 minutes at I think 350 cut to 345 or something like that.
Okay, so that will be what you call a tempo thresholdy kind of session, lah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Then
Tuesday, you don't have to
Tuesday,
list out paces if you don't want to. If you want to give details, we're more than happy to hear them. But if you rather keep your details private, we're not going to pry into like how fast you're running or heart rate or your what's that your lactate levels or what have you. So I just want to know when you do a hard day, what is hard, easy days, how is it structured? Oh, no, I
then
want to know, but listeners want to know.
Tuesdays, yeah.
Yeah.
Tuesdays I did 20-minute warm up, then 10K cutting down from 420 to 4 minute, and then a
So
20-minute
Monday is
cool
not your
down.
session, ah. Monday is your thresholdy tempo,
I
is what you just
think
told me.
so. Yeah.
And then Tuesday you do a session.
I think he count that pace as quite manageable for me. So
So
I've
Monday
been
is
doing
considered
that.
easy.
Monday is considered harder than Tuesdays.
Okay, so on Tuesday you're doing?
The 20-minute warm up and then 10K cutting down from 420 to 4 minute, and then a
Okay.
20-minute cool down. Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's still a session lah. 4:20 to 4 minutes. That's faster than that's around marathon pace lah, right?
Mm.
Okay, so Monday threshold, Tuesday marathon pace, 10K here marathon pace. Wednesday?
Wednesday easy, so 14K this week. Yeah.
Okay, how easy is easy for you? Do you go off like heart rate, pace, or how?
I go by feel, but my feel
Okay.
is very off, so I'm running way too fast for easy. But I'm trying to slow it down.
How fast is fast?
5.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Five doesn't sound unreasonable, but at the same time, I run at 5, and I think I'm a slightly faster runner. So yeah, if you want to slow and if you want to slow down, it's not gonna hurt you. Like, you can never, in my opinion at least, I don't think you can run easy runs too slow. But I seem to observe the girls tend to run easy runs too fast for whatever reason. The girls I coach, the girls I train with, a lot of girls tend to run easy runs comparatively faster than the guys. So you're not alone in that sense. I'm not saying that it's right, but I don't know. Romaine actually runs the easy runs quite easy. So maybe it's just genetic. The two of us, we run easy. Romaine, how fast are your easy runs?
It can be anywhere from 5:30 to 6. But I
Okay.
also do remember a few years ago when you ran with me on our easy run. The next day, you said you ate because you ran too freaking slow and all your slow twitch muscles were
Yeah,
activated.
I hadn't used those muscles in a while, I guess. So,
Ah,
does your coach feel like you run your easy runs too fast?
Yes.
Okay. So what does he say?
Yeah. He always tells me to slow down, but I I don't know, cause I listen to music, and then sometimes when it gets like it's a nice song, then
Yeah.
I'll just follow.
Oh, okay. But then you can
what?
choose like slower paced music, right, to
Yeah,
keep it in check.
I tried to listen to podcasts, but it didn't work. So I don't
Okay,
know.
next time you can listen to our podcast. But I don't know. Maybe you hear my voice, then you also want to run faster. So,
Yeah, but
because you get
I find running
ex-
with friends help.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are your friends. You can bring us along for your runs with you in your years when you run. So, when it comes to Thursday, what are you doing?
I did 10 by 1K, 340 cut down to 330, but I didn't complete it this week. Yeah.
I mean, that's a hard workout, lah. That'll be a good
Yeah.
workout for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Now, I mean, then Friday.
Friday 14K easy also.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then Saturday, Sunday.
Then today I did 5K, 4K, 3K. Yeah.
Nice. And then Sunday is
Then
your
Sunday will
30-minute
be
recovery, lah.
yeah.
Okay. Nice. No, I think that's a very solid week. I mean, if any, If anything, yeah, I mean, not finishing workouts, that one is not alien to any of us, lah. But I would say that if you ran your easy runs easier, you have a better chance of finishing the workout.
I think I didn't finish the workout today. It's partially because I went for a tattoo on Monday and then it was at the knee ditch.
Oh yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I almost forgot to ask about tattoos. But yeah, did you feel that your AI generated cover photo for this episode was a fair one?
Yeah, I think it kind of reflected well. Yeah,
Okay,
the tie even had
okay.
the
Do you like it?
drawing. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
Okay, fantastic. Well, you can keep it. I'll send it to you. So what in terms of tattoos, when did this start, and what kind of significance do you feel that it brings to your life or your confidence or whatever it might be? Like, why do you start getting tattoos?
Actually, cause when I was younger, I always go to this tattoo shop to get piercings. Yeah, cause they do
How young is that?
um 16, I think. Yeah, 16 years old.
16.
Yeah,
Okay,
for piercings.
I see.
Cause they pierce with needle instead of gun, so I prefer that.
Okay.
Yeah. Then after that, cause I kept going, I'm like, okay, might as well just get one and see. Yeah, then it
Okay.
kind of spiraled from there.
So because you kept going, you're around an environment where tattoos was quite common lah. So
Yeah,
in your head that normalized it, and then you was
yeah,
like, okay, I want to get a tattoo as well.
yeah.
Did you consult your parents or friends or whatever before getting tattoo, or was it just like, nah, I want to do it?
Yeah, I didn't consult my parents. So, initially I was hiding it, but then one day, the first one I did was on my back, and then, I wore a sleeveless shirt one day, so it could see a little bit. So I, put on the jacket when I went out. Then when I
Okay.
came back, it was very hot, so I took out the jacket and I forgot what it was. I forgot it was showing. Then she just said, "Oh, you have something on your back." Like,
Who
oh,
said that? Your
yeah,
mom.
my mom. Yeah.
Okay. You have something in your bag, and do you go, oh shit?
Then yeah, in my head, yeah. But then I'm like, oh
In your head.
yeah, yeah. Then I
Okay.
just
And
went into my room.
you have something in your bag, and then she didn't think to pry more. I mean, a tattoo is quite clear as a
Yeah,
tattoo, right?
yeah.
So
I think
she didn't suspect.
I think she knew, but it's like you cannot do anything already since
So
it's already.
she just didn't say anything about it. Ah.
Yeah.
Well, that's damn chill, leh. What was the tattoo?
I think it was a face of a girl. Yeah.
A face of a girl. And
Yeah.
who was this girl?
It's more like a cartoon. With
Anime?
a no, it's
No.
I don't really know how to describe it, but it wasn't even an original tattoo. I just saw it on Pinterest and I thought, oh, this looks nice.
Ah, okay. Well, your mom is damn chill, man. Like, say, like, that's cool. That's quite cool of her. Romaine, what do you think will happen if you hid it on your back, and then you took off your jacket, and then mom saw a tattoo on the back?
I don't know about mom, but I think I would earn a one hand clap from dad for sure.
Has he said anything about tattoos? Actually,
All the time.
what does he say?
No, very simple.
I think he says it more to you than me. He has never said anything about tattoos to me.
I don't know
Even
why
back
he only
then,
says it to me. It sounds
even
like
back then
I'm
when
the
I
one who. It sounds like I'm the one who is always like, Dad, Dad, I want a tattoo, Dad, Dad. Then he's like, no. I didn't even bring it up.
he didn't bring it up lah. Yeah, I guess I don't know lah. I guess as a dad, it, between a guy and a girl, between your son and your daughter, if you had to pick one, I think it would be okay. If one had to get a tattoo, the dad would usually Asian dad especially would usually be like, okay, the son lah, the son. I can live with the son having a tattoo, but no to the girl having a tattoo. That's my read on the situation. He's never spoken to me about it before.
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell? Anyway,
Yeah.
we were in Japan this year for a family trip. I believe it was this year when he said, I will pay for your navel piercing, and if you do end up with a navel piercing, you might get that's when you can get a tattoo. And I'm pretty sure he was half joking. So essentially, if I'm brave enough to go get a navel piercing, I can get a tattoo.
But I think he knows that you're not brave enough to get a navel piercing. That's why he's willing to like
Hence,
justify the bet on it. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Apart from the girl piercing, sorry, apart from the tattoo of a girl's face that you found on Pinterest, what other tattoos do you have, Shingling? I think that's your identity a little bit. Like people are like, oh yeah, the girl who runs the girl who runs marathons and damn fierce one got tattoos. I, I think people find actually I recall now. I think some people find you a bit intimidating, a bit scary because of the angkongs lah. They call it because of the tattoos. Um, are you aware of that kind of like perception? I think it's
Uh,
completely inaccurate lah. By the way, because after getting to know you, like like we were just talking about, you're actually kind of shy and actually very pleasant to talk to and very sweet. But based on someone who is good at marathons and has tattoos, you probably understand why some people are quite intimidated.
yeah, I have a couple of runner friends that back then they weren't my friends, but then they said they were initially scared to approach me because they thought I look very fierce, but I don't think that's the case.
Any names?
I think it's okay. I won't say.
Because we Romain and I both know people that I don't even have any tattoos lah, but they're scared of me because of my face or whatever. Like, I think I'm damn scary lah. People
And your
like
big mouth.
Aaron lah, Darren lah, all these people lah. Romain has blamed me that she's still single because she says that guys are too scared to approach her because of her brother being too scary, which I think my justification is if these guys are too much of a pussy to approach you because of your brother, then they're not the type of people you want to date anyway lah. They won't stand up for you when the time comes lah. Yeah, let the pussies be pussies. Don't date them. So that's my take on the situation, which probably doesn't help her case.
Yeah. I guess I'll just wait for 3 more years before I apply for my own place. So
Okay. Well, anyway, Xingling, we are 40 minutes into the episode, and I feel like we haven't even scratched the surface of your story yet. So, what other tattoos do you have? Sorry, apart from the girl's face.
Oh, actually quite a bit, but I kind of regret all the ones on my back because that was when I did it when I was quite young, and I think it was poor planning. So, um, on my back I have a fox, a sword,
A fox,
uh,
a sword,
a joker card,
a
and a
joker
hand
card.
holding flowers. Yeah, and then the girl with the
That's like all over the place, leh.
yeah.
Like, like there's a bit of gambling. There's a sword, Then there's a girl holding flowers, which is like the
Yeah.
complete opposite of a sword. And then you have the girl's face. So maybe you should find a way to tie everything into a nice story, right? If you can
Um,
tie all the tattoos into a nice story, then it looks like a master plan. You know how these
Cause
animes, like, in season 4, they'll tie everything that happened in season 1 back to random shit that happened in season 3, and then season 4, there's the epic finale.
in my defense, I wasn't planning to get so many. I was planning to get just one. So I got one on my extreme right. And then I was like, okay, this looks kind of nice. So I got one on then I got another one on my extreme left. So, so I
Okay.
thought, okay, if it's two like that, it's fine.
What was
But
the
then
second tattoo?
the hand holding flowers one. So it
Okay,
was
so
on
there
my
was a girl's face, and then the hand holding flowers. Did the hand
yeah,
belong to the same girl? Did the hand belong
no,
to the same face? Okay, it was different people.
yeah,
Okay,
it's on the top of my back,
okay,
yeah.
on the top of
And
your back.
then yeah, so after that, I decided to get one more, a fox. So the fox is kind of wrapping around the face, so
Okay.
it isn't really a bad placement. But then since I got three, and then there's like this awkward spot, I thought, okay, might as well just feel it. So I got just like might as well film the whole thing. But yeah, that was not a good decision.
Okay. So are you looking at your back a lot? Because it sounds
No,
like you're okay. Because you just said like you said that you look good, and it sounds like you're quite conscious about. Oh, it's awkward because there's a space there. I don't know what my back looks like. I don't look at my back. Every other runner in Singapore knows what my back looks like, but not me. So I don't. It sounds like you're quite conscious about what happens on your back. So I don't. I just wonder how you're that conscious. It's actually quite good self-awareness. How are you so conscious about what's happening on your back?
uh, I mean, I just look at the photos, then I see like, oh, there's a blank space. Just feel it, you know.
Okay, so you photograph your back a lot.
No, I mean, I don't think I'm that aware. It's just, uh, it's just I see tattoos as kind of like an art. So it's like
Ah, yeah. Are you an artistic person, Xingling?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm very bad at drawing. Even though I joined art club just to slack.
Join art club to slack.
Yeah.
But you want to go into game design, so there's some sort of artistic creativity there, lah. Otherwise, you wouldn't want
I
to
think
do
more
that.
like game development, so the engineering side.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. So Dylan was not surprised that you wanted to go into the marathon, and he was like, "All right, let's do it."
Mm.
Okay. Which is the year 2024?
No, this was 2022.
Oh, okay. So you did the Standard Chartered Marathon the first year you came back after COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
I see. And how did that
Initially,
go?
I wanted
Sorry, go for it. I didn't want to cut you off.
initially I wanted to do it for end of 2021, but they didn't have the marathon then. It was the 10K only, so I did the 10K for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then yeah.
And then 2022, you did the marathon. How did
Yeah.
that go? Was that your first
Even
marathon?
no, it wasn't. Previously I did marathons before, but it was a very like I did it without any training. It was
Okay.
like those army people also they just sign up for marathons for fun. Yeah, I was like one of them. Just sign up for fun and then run.
And which marathon was that?
Also Standard Chartered.
2022?
I think it was before the COVID one, so it was 2019.
Oh, you ran the one at night, the one in the evening.
Yeah.
Ah, that was your first marathon.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, but you were not competing yet, lah.
Yeah.
Like
No,
in
I was
terms of.
doing my the 3 km runs a day.
I see, I see. So you went from 3 km runs a day to trying to run 42 km in one day in 2019.
Yes, cause
Oh
my
my
thought
god.
process was like, no, building up to that, I did more longer runs, so like 6 km a day. Then
Yes.
my thought process was like, if I can do 6, it's just 6 times 7. Yeah, just do it 7 times in a row. And it's gonna be fine.
And so with a maximum run of 6K, you then took on the 42 km distance.
I did 2XU first, so
Okay.
21, and then I'm like, cause 6, I think 2XU I was like, okay, it's just like 3 times the distance, it's fine. Then after
Yes.
that I do 2XU, then it's like, okay, this is like 2 times the distance, it's fine.
Okay.
So then yeah, I took 42.
Okay. And that time, in that year, 2XU was how many months before Standard Chartered Singapore Marathon?
I think it's still the same. So 2XU is in April, and then Stand Chart is in December.
So between 2XU and Stand Chart, you did 6 km runs all the way, and then you ran 42.
Not really. I dropped back to 3 km, and then when it's going to, it's approaching the day, then I did 6 km.
And then you went in and did 42. Did you run the whole way without stopping to walk?
No, I walked a lot.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that will make a whole lot of sense. When I coach, right, a lot of my clients, I don't prescribe training by distance, lah. I always prescribe by time, because if you're a 4 or 5 hour marathon runner, which some of my clients are, you have no business going out and trying to do a 35 km run, lah, because that's going to take you forever, right? Like, and if you look at how the top guys in the world, the top athletes in the world train, they all kept their long run around 2 hours, 2.5 hours, very rarely up to 3 hours. So if you're a weaker runner, why would you go out and do a 4 hour long run? You're training twice as long as the best guys in the world. But then some of my clients are not all. They're like, I need to run 30K, 35K for confidence. Otherwise, I don't know how I'm going to finish 42K. I'm going to point them to Shing Ling. Shing Ling did 42K off 6K long runs. So, don't have to be too scared. Not that I recommend it, but, go train to what is appropriate for you rather than what you think distance you have to run before actually going in and run 42. Because you're not careful, you get injured. So I bet you made it to the start line at least. There's some people who tried to optimize their training for it and got injured, couldn't even make the start. Okay, so then COVID hit and you stopped running. Is that correct? In the year 2020 and 2021?
Yes.
Okay, and then you started.
Not stop completely, just run lesser.
Okay, and how did? And I remember the first time I really heard of you was probably the 2024 Standard Chartered Singapore Marathon, because I think that's where you came second.
Yeah.
Okay, so rumor has it that you stopped to walk during that race because you were bored, and then you started running again, and then you placed second. Is that true or false?
Uh, Actually, I've been walking all my marathons except for the one that I trained in 2022. But the rest of the marathons, I walked cause not cause I was bored, but it was cause my legs are very tired. And then
Okay, sure.
there
That
isn't
tends to
really
happen.
anyone to run with me. So as I'm running, I'm like, why am I running by myself? And there's no one looking at me. I'm just gonna walk. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it chill first.
Okay. And 2022, you said that was the first marathon you ran without walking. How fast did you
Yeah,
go?
3:16.
3:16 in Singapore. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a fantastic time, lah. That's like that will rank you quite high, right, in that race. How did
I
you
got
place that year?
Cause that year that there wasn't the national championships.
Of course, yeah, I
So
remember.
if we just look at the Singaporeans that during that year Vanessa Chong was ahead of me, then I was behind her. I
And
think
Rachel
cause a
didn't run
lot
that year.
yeah didn't. I think a lot
Yeah.
of Singaporeans didn't run that year cause there was no national
I mean, it wasn't
championships.
national champs, lah. Like, yeah,
Mm.
but no, and I guess no prize money either, lah, for finishing as second
Mm-mm.
Singaporean, right? Yeah,
Mm.
nothing, nothing at all. Yeah. Also, 3:16. Okay, and were you happy with that result? Was that like a coming onto the scene type of performance?
Yeah, cause going when I started training with for the marathon for that marathon, we Dylan has this Excel sheet where he puts like the target pace. So on the
Mm-hmm.
Excel sheet, he put the target pace as 3:30, which is I think 5 minute pace.
Yes.
So yeah, so I thought it was gonna be quite chill lah, but I ended up with somehow it was the first marathon I trained for, so I it was more there was a lot of adrenaline. Yeah, then I was like
Yes.
running. It felt so much easier than the previous marathon that I did that I was doing the 6 km run. So as I was running, I was very happy. Yeah, so I think that was the only marathon that I didn't walk and also managed to negative split like the second half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it was a cooler year as well, right? Because there was
Mm.
rain, and then thanks to the
Oh
rain,
yeah.
there was like 45-minute delay before the start and all that kind of stuff happening. I didn't
Yeah.
run that year, but I heard about it. So you ran 3:16. Everyone was surprised.
I think Dylan was very happy. Then cause I was also very surprised cause I thought I was going to go for like 3:30. Yeah, and then
Yes.
after the race, I texted him. He said, then his response was, I knew you weren't gonna. My target was never 3:30. He wanted me to go
Okay.
faster, so he knew I could go faster.
So you trained for 3:30. All your workouts were 5 minutes, okay, but on race day you ended up running way faster than that.
Yeah.
I think that's a fantastic story, and I'm gonna like cut this clip and like post it because it really shows that you don't have to operate at race pace week in and week out just to hit race pace on race day. And it's actually like quite taxing if you are operating on the red line of like that's your maximum pace week in and week out going into race day. Is There's a lot of benefit in training slightly slower, slightly away from that race pace, especially when when you're training, you're also not fresh, lah, right? You're doing, yes, I get it. You're not running 42K, you're doing maybe 5 by 5K or whatever kind of workouts you were doing. What kind of workouts were you doing specifically for that race?
I can't remember. It's kind of long ago.
Okay, well, would something like 4 by 5K or 5 by 5K sound
Yeah.
correct? Okay, so
Yeah.
when you're doing those kind of workouts, you're not on fresh legs, lah. Your body is also quite tired from training, so it's okay to run a bit slower. Um, just get consistent training in, absorb the training, and then when you go into the race, if you've done training right, and you're tapered and got adrenaline and the race environment, you can end up running a lot faster. And I think that's sounds like that's what you did. So
Yeah.
fantastic job, well done. And
Oh,
then after 2022, that marathon, how did your marathon career progress from there? Because 3:16, like surely at that point you're thinking, oh wow, next year the national championships is back, which it was. I can fight for a top 3 placing.
yeah, I wanted to try to get um I wanted to podium for the national championships the next year, but I think I ran that race very badly. I didn't stick to my race strategy, and I blew up very early, so didn't
Okay.
manage to run well for
Okay,
that.
yeah, yeah. I honestly didn't even know you raced in 2023. Okay, so let us know a little bit about how that race went. Unpack it for us.
Uh, oh, it was quite long ago, so I can't really remember. But going into the race, I knew that the there were quite strong competitors, so I was
Who were
not
the competitors you were looking out for? Auntie
um
Rachel,
Rachel. I think that year Jasmine Teo ran, and then Jasmine Go
Auntie Jasmine
also
Go.
ran. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
who
think
else?
I can't remember if Vanessa Chong ran or not.
Vanessa
Yeah.
Chong is around your age, is that correct?
She looks young, but I think she's in her 30s now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she does look like she's like just finished university. So, power to her for keeping it together. So when you are, so you're looking at all these people, and
Yeah.
how did your training go going in for 2023 Standard Chartered Singapore Marathon?
Oh, it was bad. I think I DNF a lot of my long runs. I don't know why, but I just couldn't finish my 30K long runs. I stopped at like 20 something. So going into it, I knew I wasn't really very fit, but I was still going to try to run a good race to put up like be a strong competitor. But
Okay.
I think the nature of so when the race first started, everyone just like ran their own pace already. So from the start, I was already running without any other females. I think there were a couple of males around. So I was third place from the start already. Yeah. Then as I run, my legs get tired. Then hit the wall. Then 30K, I think 30 plus K, I start walking already. And you know, once you start walking, you feel the luxurious feeling like you're not pounding your legs anymore. Then you just want to keep walking. So I know once I start walking, I cannot stop walking already. Then I was just waiting for someone to the fourth place to overtake me. And sure enough, I think at around 39 km, Jasmine Go overtook me. Yeah,
Mm,
then that was yeah. I just dropped the rest because there's no point in trying to run faster, I think.
I see. Well, I mean, for fourth place, you still get paid a little bit of money. Fifth place, you still get paid a bit of money. But I guess your goal sounded like you wanted to make the podium, lah.
Mm.
So anything less than podium, you didn't really care.
Mm.
I see. And when did you first start watching the Singapore Marathon, and when did this dream of podiuming like enter your state of mind?
Um, for Singapore Marathon, I don't think I was following it closely. I followed the SEA Games more closely. So when I was younger,
Oh,
I've heard of names like Rachel and Jasmine and Sharon. So I knew. I mean, if they make the SEA Games, then they were of like high standards, very good runners. So I was a bit intimidated when I see them on the start list as well, because
I see.
yeah, I believe in statistics. So if you're way faster than me in your personal best, I think there's a high chance that you'll be faster than me in this race also. Yeah.
I see. And is that still your state of mind when you step on the start list? Now that you've gone to the SEA Games as well, like if since you have gone to the SEA Games now, when you step on the start list and you see Rachel and Jieshi and Jasmine and Sharon who have been to the SEA Games like in the years gone by, would you still feel the same way?
Yes, cause I still think they are very strong runners.
Okay. Why? Because they've gone to the SEA Games.
Not just that, but they have run very good marathon timings as well, I think.
I see. And do you think that the marathon timings does also apply in Singapore, where the race tends to be a lot slower thanks to the heat and humidity and all that kind of stuff?
Um, I think the timings they will run a slower timing, but I feel that compared to them, my mentality is very weak. Like I don't think
But
they are. Yeah, I don't think I
Earlier,
walk
no,
very
but
well.
earlier in our call, sorry,
Yeah.
earlier in this podcast episode, you said you felt that you had strong mentality. That's why you
Yeah,
went to the marathon.
I thought that I had strong mentality in the beginning, but as the years
Okay.
progressed, I realized how easy it is to just stop and walk. And that's what I've been doing.
I should actually edit your AI generated photo to something that mimics the action of running and walking or the dilemma between running and walking. I think that'll be a bit more accurate
Yeah.
depiction of your identity as a marathon runner. But okay, so 2023, you finished fourth. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Despite walking so much, you finished fourth.
Yeah, but I
Oh
think
Lord, you
it's
must have
I
been
think
fun,
cause
man.
my pace is very it's not very even. And my walk I it's not really like a stroll lah. So I will speed walk. Okay, maybe not really speed walk, but I will try to walk fast. And then when
Okay.
I resume running, I won't run at like 5 minutes. I will try to run a bit faster. So it
Okay.
becomes more like an interval.
Oh, where you started in the first place at
Yeah.
NTU. See where that got you?
Yeah. I think there's a
Okay.
lot more
Okay.
it works a lot better for me.
I see.
Because I think,
Oh,
oh, I have a break soon, I have break soon. I can just run and then break and then continue.
I see.
Wow.
Okay, so were you disappointed with that race? 2023 National Championships?
No, actually, I rarely get disappointed in races because I
Okay, that's good.
think, yeah, like there's always the next race is fine.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to think about it. And then after 2023, we moved to 2024. 2024, did you again say, okay, Standard Chartered Marathon National Champs this year, I want to get on the podium?
Yes, but this goal was a bit different. I didn't just want to get on the podium, I wanted to win.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So what takes you from being intimidated to thinking that you had chance to make the podium to, oh my God, I think this year I want to win.
So 2024 was the first year I ran a marathon overseas in Gold Coast. And I was aiming for I think sub 3 hours or around
Uh-huh.
I was aiming sub 3 hours. And then I managed to do 2:55
Wow.
25, I think. So it
Okay.
was a lot faster than my goal pace, which shocked me because I was saying yeah, during when I train for marathons in Singapore, I don't run my goal pace, especially in Gold Coast where your goal pace will be a lot faster than what you train in Singapore.
On average,
So
how much faster is it per kilometer? Do you feel like Gold Coast in Singapore? For you lah, for you.
for me, think about 10 to 15 seconds faster.
Okay, there we go. I do have a friend in Singapore now, Stefan, training for the Gold Coast Marathon. He's doing his marathon effort at 4 minutes a K in Singapore when he's actually run a lot faster in the marathon. So Stefan, if you're listening to this, the swing can be a lot. 10 to 15 seconds for Shing Ling and she's Singaporean, so it could be even more for yourself. Okay, so 2:55 for the Gold Coast Marathon. And
Yeah.
were you happy with that?
Yeah, I was, cause I really wasn't expecting it.
Okay. You said you don't get disappointed from races,
Yeah.
but do you get happy from races?
Oh yes, yes. That was one
Okay,
of
so
the races. I was really happy, and then I was just celebrating afterwards.
nice. And what did celebrations mean? Like how did you celebrate?
Drinks.
Drinks. Yes, Gold Coast does have a good drinking scene. Uh, okay, so we go from that. So you finish Gold Coast, you're like, yes, 2:55, and then you wake up the next morning and like, oh, you know what? I think I can win Singapore Marathon this year.
Um, I don't think that wasn't really the mindset, but I wanted to work towards it. Yeah, and then
Okay.
because there's also the Great Eastern Women's Run in October, so I think I ran quite okay for that race. Also, it was also unexpected result for me.
What
I
did you get?
placed I placed second behind Vanessa.
And this is not Vanessa Chong, but Vanessa Lee.
Vanessa Lee, yeah.
Okay. And how far behind? 2024. Yeah, how far behind?
Um, I think 20 plus seconds actually. It was
Wow.
we were
Not
together the whole
far.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think because she just didn't want to run alone. So we're running together for the whole way until I think 20k. And then she
I
just
see.
dropped me in the last K. I tried to keep up.
Yeah.
I think I closed my last K in 340 something, but she still dropped me.
And were you aware of Vanessa Lee at that point of time?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, she's obviously been running for a lot longer than you have, lah. So, I think that. And who were the other people behind you in that race?
I
Third
think that
place.
was
If was it Rachel C was third,
Rachel's. Yeah, I think so.
and that was the defending champion for Singapore Marathon, lah.
Yeah.
Okay. So did that give you confidence that you had just beaten the Singapore Marathon national champion, albeit in a half marathon?
Not really, but I thought I could put up a good fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And for context to our listeners who are not aware, I think Great Eastern Women's Half Marathon in Singapore is around 4 weeks before the Singapore Marathon.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So the last 4 weeks, I guess you lock in, you grind. How many weeks taper?
2 weeks, I think. 2 or 3.
2 weeks
can't
taper,
remember.
and you go into the Singapore Marathon 2024. Did you feel like you had a realistic shot at winning?
Yes. I think if I don't hit the wall,
Okay.
I could, yeah, I could
I see.
maybe win. Yeah.
Okay. And what was your race strategy?
I wanted to follow Rachel from the start, and then just
Okay.
try
There we go.
to not run alone because I know when I run alone, yeah, it's not gonna work
It's
well.
boring. You
Yeah.
walk. Da da da.
Yeah.
If any of Shing Ling's competitors are listening to this, make her run alone. Okay, so you were following Rachel, and then what happens there?
Uh,
Together for how long?
I think about 9 km. I knew I
Okay.
was still together. That was the year where the Shearer's Bridge was in the beginning.
Okay.
So I think it was about 9 km. And then the half that during that year the half marathon was also together with the same day as the full marathon. So
Mm-hmm.
at the 9 km I was running up the Shears Bridge with Rachel, and then Dylan was running the half marathon. So I think around that time he passed us
Uh-huh.
on the bridge. So he told me just stick to her, and then the third place is quite far behind, so it's fine. Yeah.
I see.
So I tried
Mid
to stick
race
to her, but
coaching, probably illegal. Mid race coaching. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, what? So what happened from there?
I think after the bridge she just sped up a lot. So
I see.
I got dropped.
Yeah, he
And
he
then
probably pissed her off lah by saying that. Dylan, you lost to the race.
so yeah, I
Okay.
was just alone. And because 9k, it was a bit too early to try to get out of my comfort zone and follow her. So I just thought,
that's
okay,
really
she's gonna
early.
blow up. Yeah, I was just banking on the fact maybe she'll blow up. So I just
Yeah.
stuck to my pace, but yeah, she didn't blow up.
Did she not blow up at all? I mean, Rachel tends to run quite aggressively for the first half. That one, I think everyone is well aware. And then she gets away, and then she slows down. Some years she's actually struggling to get to the finish line, but Rachel C is like die also still can go on lah. So she will make to the finish line before she collapses. There are a lot of photos of her collapse at the finish line, by the way. But like she's actually. I don't think she doesn't die lah. I think she dies. Most of us die running a marathon in Singapore. Yeah.
But I think my mindset is if I see, because there's already a huge gap in the beginning, so I don't know how much she will slow down by, and then when I see if there's already such a huge gap, then I don't like to suffer a lot, so I won't speed up to try to close the gap.
Okay. Okay, and then going. So did you run from 9k to the end alone?
I think there were a couple of male runners in between as well, but
Oh, okay.
majority
You
of the
ran.
time, yeah, it's alone.
Okay. So eventually, did you start walking on West Coast Highway coming back?
Yes.
You were alone? Okay, there we go. I didn't need to watch the race to predict that. So you walked, finished. So you walk, run, finished the race. Comfortable second. Rachel was quite far in
Um,
front, right?
yeah, very
Okay.
far, I think.
Okay. So Rachel, yourself, what did you end up running?
I think 3:08.
Okay, 3:08 in Singapore with walking, 250, and 5 months prior you had run 2:55 in Gold Coast. Gold Coast, did you walk?
Yes, but not as much.
You still walk and ran 2:55, ah?
Yeah, but it wasn't yeah, it was not as much, so it was better.
I see, I see. Okay, and then who was third that year in 2024?
I think Sharon.
Sharon,
Sharon
yeah.
Tan. Okay, so there you go. You're beating SEA Games competitors. What's so scary about them? They're just normal people. Walk also can beat them, you know. Shing Ling. Okay, and then were you happy with that? Podium, silver medal, but not the win.
Not really, cause I expected myself to be more competitive and run
Mm-hmm.
faster, yeah. But I still wasn't that disappointed lah, cause that was my first podium for the national champs.
Yeah, nice $5,000 Singapore dollars
Yeah.
in big check prize money. Nothing to complain about there. So, what what did you tell Dylan after the race? Because you said you were like mixed feelings, kind of disappointed but also happy. What was the first thing you said to him when you saw him? Do you remember?
Uh, no, I don't. But I don't think he was. I think he also expected more,
Okay,
like to
he
run a
expected you to be
better
nearer.
race.
I
Yeah,
see, I see. What did Rachel end up running that year? Three flat.
30045.
Okay, I mean Rachel's three flat in Singapore is no joke lah. Not that she hasn't. Not that I have seen girls run faster in Singapore, but 3 hours in Singapore generally you're gonna be top. Given the heat and humidity and all that kind of conditions and all that kind of stuff. Now, that's 2024. That was actually the last time you started the Singapore Marathon because what happens in 2025? Xing Ling runs the Gold Coast Marathon again. This time runs 250 and is our number one ranked marathon runner for the year and qualifies for the Southeast Asian Games, which was held a week after the Singapore Marathon last December. Was that the plan last year to run Gold Coast, qualify for the SEA Games?
yes. Initially I didn't want to go Gold Coast because I ran Gold Coast before and I wanted to run a different route, explore a different country. Yeah, but my coach
Yeah.
said that the course is flat and then I'm already familiar with the course. So if I'm trying to qualify, I should go for this course that I'm familiar with.
Yeah, but your coach is
And
also your boyfriend, and your boyfriend is never right one when it comes to making decisions. So you can tell him to fuck off and do whatever you want, right? So why didn't you do that?
I think because he also wanted to run the Gold Coast, so I think it's nice if we go together. And also
Ah,
what he said makes sense. Like the time zone difference as well. If I go to countries in the US, as in like the US or other European countries,
mm-hmm.
then there'll be the time difference
Yeah.
and traveling
No,
time.
no, no. I think he's absolutely right. I mean, not that there's no time difference. I think there's maybe for
3
3 hours.
hours between here and the Gold Coast.
Yeah, 3 hours lah. Basically, one late night lah. One late night difference. But in terms of all those aspects, like Dylan is absolutely right. I mean, I guess Japan has a lesser time difference, China has lesser time difference. But the problem with Singapore Marathon is you race in December, you have to take your break, obviously. By the time you start building up, you don't have a lot of time left for the March and April races already.
Yeah,
Whereas
actually that
Gold
was a factor as well.
exactly. Okay, so this time, what was the target going in? I mean, I know that you decided to go with him. He was also running the marathon. Is that correct?
No, he ran the half.
Okay, he's always running the
Yeah.
half, and then you have to run the full.
Yeah. I think he tried to
Okay,
run fulls, but he said it wasn't for him.
well, fair enough. It's not for everyone, but okay. So, what was your plan going into this Gold Coast Marathon 2025?
It was to qualify for the SEA Games, and then the timing to
Ah,
hit was I think 20:50:27.
20, 50, 27 doesn't make 2 hours,
Oh,
50
sorry,
minutes.
2 hours 50, 27.
Yeah. Sorry, I was completely lost there for a minute. I was already talking about. Okay, so 2 hours, 50 minutes, 27 seconds. And you end up running 2 hours, 50 minutes, 24.
Gun time is 27, but net time is 22, but they take
Yeah,
gun
but this
time, so gun
Singapore
time is
athletics,
27.
they take. So you nailed it on the dot, lah.
Yeah, damn it.
Oh my god, I did not know that. Jesus Christ. Wow. Okay, I'm mind blown. How did training for that go? Better than before? Were you hitting
Uh,
faster paces, running higher mileage, what have you?
it was quite. I was quite uncertain because, like I said, I've never ran paces that I wanted to do in Gold Coast in Singapore before, and the key workouts, like a couple of weeks before the marathon, I was not fit. I DNF the workouts also, so I wasn't very confident.
I see. And when you DNF workouts, what is it sounds like it's quite a common occurrence. Or, why does this keep happening, do you think? Is it because you're bored, you don't want to run, you're running alone, so fuck it, I'd rather
Um,
walk and go home? Or like what is it that's making you DNF workouts?
I think on days that I don't get sufficient sleep, I'm not recovering properly.
Okay,
Then my
that's very
legs are very
fair.
tired. Yeah.
That's actually really fair. So do you sleep late and between work getting up for work and training you end up not getting enough sleep? Is that accurate? Or sometimes you don't
Yeah.
sleep well?
I think don't prioritize my time very well. So I don't get a lot of sleep because
Okay.
after, like I said, I run in the evening. So um and then when I'm back home, I want to relax. Even though I'm very
Yes.
tired, I have the habit of doom scrolling on my phone to like wind down my mind before I go to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how long does the doom scrolling last for?
Um, Sometimes I doom scroll until I'm not sleepy. Sometimes it could be 30 minutes, it could be 1 hour, it could be 3 hours. Yeah.
Okay, 30 minutes, 1 hour is fair lah. 3 hours is a bit overkill.
Yeah.
That's not winding down already.
Yeah.
That's that's the definition of doom scrolling. Well, I would suggest going old school and getting a book that you can read instead, because then you block out the blue light. But I'll leave it to the coach to do the coaching. I'm not gonna step into my coaching hat at this point of time. But no, I get you, because I'm also affected by like if I'm scrolling like TikTok or Instagram or whatever, like your mind is active. For me, funnily enough, if I watch a show that I've never seen before, sorry, if I watch an anime or a show that I've seen before, it actually helps me wind down, because you kind of know what's going to happen, and then you fall asleep, right? Or if I read without the screens and the sound and everything, I do fall asleep. But those are tricks that I use. But 100%, I think a lot of Singaporeans do struggle with like lack of sleep, especially when you do your session at night. You are wired, and then you try and go to bed. Doesn't always work very well, lah. So that's my view on that. But sounds like once again training didn't go well, but once again you raced well. Is that the long story short?
Yeah, I guess, but I think in Gold Coast there's also more people. I wasn't running alone, so
I see. Okay. So did you walk when you ran 250?
yes, but
Please tell me
a lot lesser, a lot lesser. And
you still walk.
the reason I walk is a bit dumb, cause I knew I wanted to hit the 250 mark for SEA Games. So
Yes.
and then I was starting in Gold Coast. I had I think sub elite pen, so it was ahead of the Pen A runners, and then the Pen A
Yes.
runners, they had a 250 pacer. So
Yes.
I was starting a couple of seconds ahead of the 250 pacer.
And
So
their
I knew,
250 pacer is by gun time, right?
yes, yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So I knew I had to be in front of the 250 pacer. If the 250 pacer passed me, it means I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like playing Pac-Man, lah.
yeah. So I think around 35 or 36 km I was slowing down already, but I was still not walking. Because the 250 pacer haven't passed me yet. But I think around 40.5 km, the 250 pacer passed me. Then I saw the 250 pacer, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna hit the mark. Let's just walk. So I
But
start
you only have 1.5K to go.
But
Just
because I wasn't
just
gonna,
hang on to him.
I wasn't
Just hang
gonna,
on to him.
I wasn't gonna hit. Even if I hang on to him, I'm not sure if I'm gonna hit the mark or not. Cause I knew it was 250, but I don't know what's the seconds. I don't know is it 250.01 or 250.59. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
so
just I
if
thought,
you don't know, then you should assume it's somewhere in the middle.
maybe I should
Isn't
have,
that
but
probability? Yeah, you're good at maths, right? You're a software engineer, right? Isn't probability most likely is like a safe probability is like 250 30? That would be a
but
safe prediction.
I was already gaslighting myself from like 35 to 40 to not walk already. Yeah. Then when they passed me, because I knew I was gonna hit a personal best anyway, so yeah, I just started walking. But I walked
I
very
see.
little, I think. I only stopped 3 or 4 times. Because my watch, you can see when you start walking, it goes down.
So you walked 4 times in the last 1.5K.
Yeah, but when I start running again, I try to run faster, so it wasn't that
Okay.
bad.
So you did intervals for the last one and a half
Yeah,
K.
Sounds like 4
yeah.
by 400 meter reps.
True to your roots, starting doing intervals at NTU and you quit because you didn't see the benefit of it, but you made the SEA Games while intervaling your last 1.5K of the Gold Coast Marathon. Wow, talk about journeys coming full circle. So you finish, you've run 250.27. I mean, I'm sure at that point of time you're both tired and not very sure whether or not you've made the mark or not. So what happens there at the finish line? I'm guessing you're not celebrating because you're not sure what has just happened.
Yeah, I was happy though, cause I
You
saw
PB'd.
I PB'd.
Yeah.
Yeah, then when I checked the group chats afterward, everyone was panicking cause they were saying I was doing well, and then I slowed down. I slowed down for I think at 20 to 25k. I suddenly became very slow. I don't know why. But then after that I picked up the pace again, and then I was on track again. Then they saw me slowing down again. So um they were panicking, don't know if I'm gonna hit the mark or not. Cause I think all of them also didn't know what was the seconds for the qualifying time.
Sure, sure. Yeah, no one's going to memorize that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, how long before you know that you have nailed the qualifying mark on the hit?
When I went to get my I think after that I went to get my belongings, and then I met my friends that were also waiting at the finishing line. Then they went to search it up, and so I hit the mark. Yeah.
Nice. Right on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, when you saw that your gun time was exactly the SEA Games qualifying time, what's the first thing that you said?
First, I just thought that I was damn heng. Like,
Okay. Did you like let out a squeal of delight, or did you scream some vulgarities or what have you to because you're shocked, right, at the moment?
yeah, but not really, cause I don't know if we don't know if the slot is confirmed. There might be people running faster times as well.
I mean,
So
extremely unlikely, like given the state of distance running in Singapore. I mean, no one was running remotely close to 250, right? And isn't it the case of wasn't Gold Coast like the last race to qualify?
I think afterwards maybe there is Sunshine Coast as well. I feel
Is
like
it?
it's a few weeks from Gold Coast. I forgot when was the
Okay.
closing. Yeah.
So you weren't sure lah whether or not you're going to the SEA Games yet.
Yeah.
Okay. When did that become certainty?
I guess in October.
In
I
October.
Yeah,
Okay.
I forgot when was the closing. I forgot when was the cutoff time.
Okay. So if October is the cutoff, I'm just thinking the cutoff was actually around the time of Gold Coast lah.
Oh.
August was the closing
Oh.
date, end August.
Okay. Okay. Well, okay. Sorry. Then you're absolutely right. Actually, that Sunshine Coast actually does fit into August, but I don't think any Singaporeans were really doing Sunshine Coast. So August they close. You're still number one in the rankings. Don't you feel certain by then that you're going to be going to the SEA Games, or you still don't know?
I guess I was quite certain then already, yeah.
Okay. Then did you start training for the SEA Games?
Not yet, cause I don't like to start my marathon trainings too early.
Okay. How long are your marathon blocks usually?
2 to 2.5 months.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like short and sweet. eight to 10 weeks, I'm guessing. So, when do you start training for the? Was there ever a point of time where you were thinking, or do I go to SEA Games, or do I race the Singapore Marathon? Because now you're 5 minutes quicker than you were last year, and last year you already felt that you had a chance to win. Now you're 5 minutes better. Is it ever a dilemma? It's like, oh shit, do I choose to go to Singapore Marathon and try and win it, or do I go to SEA Games and represent my country there and like have to forego the Singapore Marathon?
All along, I was going to go for the SEA Games because I don't know. I mean, everyone is getting faster, so I thought as the subsequent SEA Games happen, the qualifying mark will be harder and harder to hit.
I
So
see.
yeah, I don't know if I will ever hit it again. So I'll I'll prefer to go the SEA Games since the Singapore Marathon happens every year.
Okay, no, I think that's a great take. But in the same vein, don't you feel like since everyone is running faster every year, this is your chance to win Singapore Marathon, then you should do it?
I can always do it the next year. Yeah.
Okay, so you're more confident that you can win Singapore Marathon again, like SEA Games is more up in the air in terms of like, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Now, you get chosen to go to the SEA Games. You're like, okay, let's start training for SEA Games in October or whatever. Like, is it exciting now? Now you're looking at, oh, you've grown up watching like your Sharons and your Rachels and your Jeshes and your Jasmines race at the SEA Games, and now it's your turn. Like, do you feel excited? Does it give you more motivation to train, or are you scared about it? And are you like, oh shit, I'm not sure whether this is for me? Because it sounds like you you're a bit of a contradiction. Like you were initially mentally strong, and then now you're conceding that you're not as mentally strong, and then you're going into the SEA Games, and you're not just racing people who have gone to the SEA Games, you're racing other countries like SEA Games medalists and all that kind of stuff. So how does that make you feel when it sinks in that, oh, I'm going to go to the SEA Games?
Actually, I felt I feel indifferent. Like, I didn't feel any pressure or anything. I think it's not a good thing because I went into it thinking I'm not gonna win. So it's just
Okay.
going to run my own. I went into it thinking I'm gonna run my own race again anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, there wasn't any. I didn't feel any pressure. It just feels like training for another marathon.
I see. Okay. And would you have felt more pressure if you had done the Singapore Marathon?
Uh, no, I think.
Okay. So either way, you just do your own thing, lah.
Yeah. I don't
I
think I'm
see.
a very competitive person. So,
Really?
yeah.
But
And that's
you have gone
something.
into Singapore Marathon in 2024 wanting to win. If
Um,
that's not competitive, I don't know what is.
as in, cause I think that's something I've been trying to work on over the years. So during races, when people pass me, I just let them pass me. I don't try to close gaps or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I think to a certain extent, you don't have to respond to every move, lah. As far as racing goes, but for the marathon, I don't think running your own race is all that bad, if I'm being completely honest. Because some people get dragged into moves that are too early and then end up like fizzling out towards the end. But yeah, so that you go to SEA Games, and how was that experience? I think that's where I met you. I don't think I spoke to you before the SEA Games. Can you correct me if I'm wrong? Was that the first time that I got to know you? Because you met
Yeah.
Romain long ago.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
was that the first time that we spoke properly at SEA Games?
Yeah.
We never spoke before that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what was the first thing I said to you?
No.
No. So just kind of naturally like ate
Yeah.
breakfast or whatever at the team
Yeah.
table. I see. Cool. Very, very cool.
Okay,
All right.
so
So
between the two of us, who would you say is more approachable and who is friendlier? Approachable is first impression, friendlier is based on after you know us.
okay, that's a good question.
I think both. I would say Romaine.
It's more approachable, is it?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Okay.
Is it cause I'm more friendlier towards females?
Fair,
Ah,
fair.
that's good. No, that's actually rare as well. Because Roman and I have been talking about female runners in general, the competitive ones like in Singapore. They don't really seem to get on with their competition. There are other female competition in Singapore. Is usually like one female runner training with a group of men that because they're not competitors, they tend to be more supportive to their cause or whatever. Anyway, some guys are also sims for the faster girls lah. So they're willing to do whatever it takes to go and support the girl in training or whatever. But so you see guys training together in big groups. You never see the girls training together in big groups one. I mean, like girls' school aside lah, right? But like in terms of like the competitive like distance running women, you don't see them training as a women group together. That's what we talk about. So yeah, and it's very obvious that some girls prefer the guys' companies one. So like, I thought it was quite rare that you said that you find it more that you chose Romaine because you found it more approachable to be talking to a fellow female. Does that make sense, Romaine?
Well, I remember one of our last conversations was at the previous Garmin run where I forgot. You ran the half marathon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, because I was there to spectate my friends, and while I was waiting for them, I saw her hanging out, so we spoke for a bit, and then Xing Ling is like, "Hey, for the next Garmin run, you should come and run it. There's so much stuff to win. Just do it." Okay. So it's a bit rare, at least to me, to to jio your fellow potential competitors to come and run something just because there's freebies or nice stuff to win. Usually
I
it's
agree.
like
I agree. I think
usually it's like, oh, you keep quiet about whatever you're racing until it's too late to do anything about it, and then you're like, oh, hey, next week I'm doing this, so yeah, just FYI.
I know exactly who Romaine is talking about. I know exactly who Romaine is talking about. Anyway, can we chat about what's up next for you? Okay, no, before we chat about what's next for yourself, so you answered Romaine is more approachable, but who is more friendly?
She said
Romaine is
both.
friendly. Yeah.
Romaine as well. So it's 2-0. Damn, I thought I would have a shot at one of the titles at least. Do you
You
think I'm
had 1.5
unapproachable?
hours to talk with her, and you still lost.
Do you think I'm unapproachable?
No, I think you're approachable as well, but because both of I don't know if it's correct, but I feel that both of you guys are extroverts.
uh,
I think you're the first person that
I
said Romaine is an extrovert lah.
yeah.
I think Romaine
I
might have extrovert qualities, but I would say on overall, I would not think she would pass an extrovert test.
Yeah, you're probably one of the select few that I have had to put on my extrovert qualities for, I guess, and then after that I'll just go home and recover for the rest of the day.
Let me put this another way. Were you surprised when you met me? Like, was it very different to what you thought I was like before you got to speak with me?
No, I feel like it's the
Same.
same persona. Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Okay, so moving on, what's up next for yourself in terms of this year? I know shit, it's already in the middle of this year. Damn, it's going to be June in 2 days. That really passed me by this month. But in terms of what's next for you, what your big plans are coming up this year, and I'm going to guess that now that SEA Games has been checked off the box, this year the big marathon in December is going to be the BYD Singapore International Marathon presented by Adidas. I'm trying to say this at least once a podcast and trying to get smoother at this because it's a hell of a long title. But yeah, the national championships. Is that on the hit list?
Yes, cause it's also the SEA Games qualifying race. So
Oh, so you want to go back?
if I can, cause I think I didn't run the SEA Games properly. So if I could do it again, I would
Did you
change
walk?
my yeah.
Of
In
course you
fact,
did.
I think I walked the most out of all my marathons. I think the SEA Games was the one I walked the most.
And you approached
I
SEA
could
Games in you approached the SEA Games in good form, right? Because I don't know why we took so long to mention this, but Shing Ling is also the defending champion for the Great Eastern Women's Half Marathon, which, I mean, I know that the Singapore International Marathon, that's the unofficial national championships, but I would argue that the Great Eastern Women's Half Marathon is more competitive than the Singapore Half Marathon because Great Eastern is 1 month before the Singapore Marathon and it's not diluted. Like you have all the marathon runners in there, all the half marathon runners in there, all the 10K, 5K runners in there. That field is actually the strongest field, like compared to the Singapore Marathon. And last year, Shing Ling won it. Was that a surprise? Romain, was that a
Yeah.
surprise?
Yeah.
Okay, you answered before we could. But Romain, did you think that was a surprise?
Okay, so last year was my first time doing the Great Eastern Run. I did the 10 km. So the half marathon started way earlier. Like I don't even know. It was the sky was still dark. So I was running in the first half of my route, and the half marathon women were coming back from the other direction. So Nicole and I were looking for Van first, and we were getting worried because the turn was coming up and we were not going to be able to see who in the half marathon field was coming back. Then, just nice before we entered the turn, we saw Xing Ling come back first. I was like, wait a minute, like, did we miss her? And apparently we didn't. So, yes, count me surprised, but
How
good
many
for
K
you.
was that into the race?
I think the turn was, 18 or 17.
18, so set 18, 17K. So what was your, I mean, I'll sum up what my impression was. I didn't watch the race, obviously. I just scrolled through the results and I was like, oh, Shing Ling won. Scrolled through the top 10. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then it hit me later. I asked Romain, hey, Vanessa Lee didn't run this year, is it? Because, Vanessa Lee is always up for a nice race check prize money if you can grab one. So I was like, hey, Vanessa didn't run this year. Wow, good on her, focusing for SEA Games. And Romain was like, no, she ran. Then I went back to the result sheet, I scrolled through again. I was like, she's not there, what? She's like, no, she wasn't in the top 10. I was like, what the fuck? But that was why I was surprised. And then I was like, and then I was even more surprised. I was like, oh, you mean Xing Ling won despite the field being like that? I'm like, oh, wow, okay, amazing. Anyway, you were second the year before, lost to Vanessa. You came back this year, 5 minutes quicker in the marathon, and now you're going up against Vanessa again in the half marathon. Of course, amongst other runners. I don't know who else raced, to be honest. But what was your mindset and approach coming into the 2025 Great Eastern Women's Half Marathon, especially with it being 5 weeks out from the SEA Games?
Honestly, I thought it was more of a fitness check also, and honestly, I thought the same thing would happen last year again, where she would just drop me in the last K, cause
Okay.
fitness wise, I think she's a lot more fit than me, so yeah, I thought she would finish very strongly, but I didn't ask her what happened actually, so I don't know what happened. But slowly, the gap just got bigger and bigger. Then, and then
So
previously,
again, sorry. So again, two of you running together from the start together, is it?
I think at the start there was also Rachel and Jasmine.
Rachel
Then
C and Jasmine. Okay,
Jasmine Teo, yeah.
Jasmine
Then
Teo.
it
Yes.
slowly, I guess the gap slowly opened, and then it became down to the two of us.
I see.
Yeah.
And how many kilometers was that when it was like just the two of you one on one?
I can't really remember. Maybe 8 or 9K. Yeah.
So still within the first half, like quite early. So
Yeah.
so you would sit. So Rachel would drop you in the marathon early on, but then in the half marathon you drop her in the first half.
I think I wasn't dropping her. I was maintaining pace, so I think she just slowed down.
Okay, okay. So it wasn't you, like it was her. That's what you're saying. Okay, so two of you ran off together, and then how did the race play out from there?
I guess I don't know. Cause I don't like to speed up. I only like to speed up when I know I can maintain the pace for the rest of the race. So I just kept maintaining my pace, but then and running my own race. Cause even if she sped up, I knew I wasn't gonna follow her yet.
Okay.
So yeah, but then I guess the gap just slowly grew, and then I was just, cause actually there's this like life hack, cause there's a
Yeah.
bike following you, so you can use the bike as the pacer. So
If
I
the bike
just
is following you, following as in like in front of you.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
was
yeah.
just
No,
following the bike and focusing on the bike.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Then,
no. I
yeah,
mean, that's the benefit of being the leader, lah. That the bike is clearing the way for you, so you lock in. And
yeah. So I
I mean, you
just
can
switched
use
on
whatever
the.
you want to play tricks on your mind to make it seem as if, oh yeah, let's just imagine that the person is like pacing me, right? Like these are things that you can do. So where did the gap start to appear between yourself and Vanessa?
I think around 15K.
15K. Okay, then you
Yeah,
start
I
to break away, and
think
then
so. Yeah, the gap
how
just
do you are you looking back to check how big the gap is?
no, but I could hear the footsteps slowly getting further and further. Yeah.
Okay, and then does that surprise you?
No, cause I thought she was just uh actually I was running at a pace where I wasn't confident on holding for the 21. So I thought she
Okay,
was just playing it smart and slowing down, and she knew I was gonna blow up later. So yeah, I just thought she
okay,
was playing it smart. But I didn't want
okay,
to I was on a rhythm, so I didn't want to slow down.
okay. So you're running alone, and you decided not to walk.
I've
She had
never
a
walked for
bike.
the half km. Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
you never walk for the half
for
marathon.
half
Okay,
marathon,
good,
yeah.
good. Please don't start. So you start breaking away. Are you surprised that you're breaking away? And the finish line is every kilometer. Are you more and more surprised? Like, I'm still in front. I'm still in front. I'm still in front.
Yeah, a bit. Cause um but I wasn't very confident yet, cause like I said, I was going at a pace that I didn't know I could hold for 21 km. So
I
I
see.
was also waiting for myself to blow up.
I see. Very very pessimistic leh. I think we need to arrange a sports psychology session for you to have a bit more self belief. You're leading the race. You're dropping the best runners in Singapore, the best runner in Singapore at that point of time at least, and then you're breaking away, and you're still doubting yourself when in the gap. And then eventually, what happened? You won. You When do you know that you're gonna win, despite all these like pessimism?
No, only the last like uh 500 meters maybe. Because at
Okay,
there's the U-turn point at I think 17 or 18, and then I could see the other runners also. So they are,
I see.
in my opinion, they are not that far away. So
I
and then
see.
I was slowing down a bit already. So I had a feeling
I see.
I wasn't very confident.
So 17, 18 U-turn. When you U-turn, you're looking forward to seeing who's coming. So who do you see?
Yeah. I saw Rachel, Jasmine. I
Okay,
can't
so
remember
by
the
then
rest.
Vanessa is not even second already lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Rachel, Jasmine, and then one by one. Okay, and
Yeah.
then does that give you relief that you don't see Vanessa? Were you happy to see Rachel and Jasmine instead of Vanessa? I guess that's a
No.
accurate question. No.
No, because if she was already slowing down in the beginning, then I knew maybe it wasn't going to things weren't really going well already, I think.
Okay, okay,
Yeah. But I was
okay.
very scared I was gonna get catched.
So you still scared so if Vanessa, because you said you were scared that Vanessa can run the last kilometer faster than you,
Yeah.
but the same fears, do they apply for Rachel and Jasmine? Who, all respect to
Uh,
them, they're not as good as Vanessa when it comes to the shorter stuff.
I think yes also, cause I like I said, I don't think I have speed, so I think anybody can outkick me.
Okay, the first step to having a good kick is believing that you have a good kick. Okay, if you believe that you cannot, I think the battle is lost before it starts. But anyway, you won the race, so power to you. And how fast did you run that half marathon, the Great Eastern Women's Half Marathon?
I think 1:22:10. Yeah.
Yes.
Was it a half marathon? Was it like 21.1 or was it shorter
I think my
or
watch
longer?
recorded 21.14. So maybe
Okay.
around there. Cause I think the previous editions were all not 21. So
Yeah, yeah. The Great Eastern has a very bad. Great Eastern Women's Half Marathon has a very bad record of like having their 20.5K races lah. It's terrible lah. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so difficult to get 21K, 21.1, 21.1. But seems like they have all these race vendors in Singapore just do a piss poor job of getting the distance right. So you finished the race 1:22. Happy with the time? Is that your best half marathon performance in Singapore?
yes, cause I think a lot of the races are not 21. So that was one of the races that hit 21, and also yeah, my best for
I
Singapore.
see. And you won it lah, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah. What is your half marathon PB?
If it's the sanctioned ones, then I've like I only ran 2 official half marathons, and they were both
Okay.
overseas.
And,
So I did one earlier before the Great Eastern. I did one in May, I think. It was the
I see.
Borneo International Marathon,
In
where I did,
Malaysia, yeah.
yeah, where I did 123 something.
Okay. But Malaysia is not easy, lah. Is
Yeah.
it hilly?
In my opinion, it wasn't hilly.
Okay.
Um,
But
it
it's
was
Malaysia
like,
weather, lah.
yeah, yeah, and it's
Okay.
actually quite dark. So when I went for that race, my friends told me to bring like the headlights because it was gonna be dark.
Oh
But
my God, that's bad.
I didn't believe it. But thankfully, because again, if you're in the front, there's a bike. So the bike had the light, which helped me a lot.
It's a good motivation to not get dropped
Yeah,
by the bike, lah. Because once you get dropped by the bike, there
yeah,
goes your light. So you won Borneo as well.
yeah.
Damn. Okay. And then
And
what is the second sanctioned race you have done?
this year, Da Nang International Marathon, I think in
Vietnam.
April.
Okay.
Yeah,
What did you run there?
123 something or so. I can't remember.
Okay. So you haven't actually done like a Japanese or an Australian or European half marathon in very, very nice kind of conditions and weather, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you
So
should
that's
try.
why
I
I'm
think I
going.
think I think you can go well within 120 if you're running these kind of times in Singapore and across the region.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Yeah.
trying for the Gold Coast half marathon. Actually, I didn't want to go Gold Coast again.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but we are having a trip afterwards, so yeah, just go there and run a race.
Fantastic. Yeah. And what is Dylan or your target for this Gold Coast half marathon in terms of like paces you're trying to run?
I think I'll try to run under 80. So
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah, I think you can.
3:47-ish pace.
Fantastic. Well, I definitely believe you can do that. So, given what you're running, lah, oh my God, 122 in. I actually have a formula that if for myself at least, whatever I run for half marathon in Singapore, I can run for full marathon in like your Valencia, that kind of conditions, lah, or Berlin, that kind of conditions, lah. So if you're running that kind of half marathon in Singapore, I can tell you you can run pretty much double that in for a marathon in ideal conditions, of course, and like good cause and everything. Fantastic. All right. Well, exciting year coming up ahead. Gold Coast and the Singapore International Marathon standard. So you're going to be doing the Singapore International Marathon Sea Games trials. What is the goal there? Need I venture a guess that you want to finish top 2 and make the Sea Games and win? I mean, you haven't won yet, and you wanted to do that like 2 years ago. So I'm guessing that's your goal, lah.
Yeah, I think yeah, definitely try to make the spot, try to win, and also the bonus would be try to win with a good timing. But I'm not sure if uh but I think the target timing I will figure it out as the date gets closer, and then I can gauge my fitness better.
Okay. Well, if I were to set goals for you, timing wouldn't be top of the list, lah. Timing in Singapore really doesn't matter, lah. The Singapore Marathon is just about winning that one. Like the timing in Singapore is very, very like if it's like 27 degrees instead of 25 degrees at the start, or 30 degrees instead of 27 degrees at the start, straight away everyone gets affected by a few minutes. It's like we're already on the tipping point when it comes to temperature and on performance. So my goal for you actually be don't walk, lah. Right.
Yeah, that's my goal. Actually, that's my goal every marathon also.
Okay, well, that will be priority number one in my opinion. I think if you don't walk, everything else will fall into place. You are giving up like minutes per marathon by walking.
Uh,
Surely.
yeah, but I think it's better for me mentally.
Okay, okay. Well, I hope you build up a comfortable enough lead such that even if you walk, you can make it. Romaine, would you like to bring us home with quick fire? Shing Ling is by far our most engaging episode so far. We're at 1 hour 48 minutes. It did not feel like 1 hour 48 minutes.
Oh
So I would like
my.
to let her go. I'd like to let both of you go to bed because it's 3:25 p.m. my side. I'm going to catch the Champions League final in 1 hour and 30 minutes. But Shing Ling, before we let you go, Romaine has quick fire, and I'll pepper in some as and when, and you can ask us questions as well.
Yeah. So, I remember in March, I was actually racing Xing Ling in the distance medley relay. We were both on the mile leg, and I'm not
Shing Ling
sure
in a
how happy
mile.
she was to be there.
Shing Ling in a mile. Which team were you running for, Shing Ling?
Team Fabian.
You mean they couldn't find anyone else to do a mile on that team?
What do you
Uh,
mean?
I think for our distance goals in Team Fabian, there were limited selections.
Yeah,
So
I don't think it's a problem that's exclusive to Team Fabian. T-Rex has a grand total of 0 women. So,
And
Romaine,
clearly my team
Oldham,
too, because I had to do the mile.
you are a miler. What the hell are you talking about?
I was not supposed to do the mile, and then somebody else in the team panicked, figure out by yourself who it is, and so I
Kai.
volunteered
Kai. I'm gonna
with
guess
a knife
Kai.
to my throat
I'm
to
gonna guess
sub in for
Kai.
the mile.
Was it
Yeah.
Kai? Okay, okay, get on the podcast to explain herself. But
And
Xingling end up on the mile with Romaine. So what is the quick fire?
okay, so that was the context. So, would you rather bring your team home in the mile or set the pace for the team in the first leg of the race, which is a 1200 meters? It's a
For,
difference
okay,
in the pressure
for
felt.
listeners who are unfamiliar, DMR is such an American thing, but DMR is distance medley relay. It's 1200, 800, 400, 1600. Okay?
Almost there, you flip the 4 and 8.
Oh, sorry. It's 1200, 400, 800, and then 1600. So
That's
it's
right.
a distance medley relay, and the mile is a 1600, which is the last leg. Yeah. So Xingling, what is your answer to that question? Would you rather do the
um,
1200 or the mile?
if it's the same lineup of people that is running the 1200, then I will do the 1200.
It was a weak lineup, is it? So you rather race Kai than
No,
Romain?
no, it's
Let's get that
because
on the podcast.
it's because the mount lineup is very stacked. I think there's
Well,
summer
yeah,
as
you,
well.
you can't be putting your weakest runner to close the race, lah.
Okay, next one. Would you rather do a 30 km long run in the morning when you're fresh, or do a 20 km after your night of drinks and you just need to get home?
Oh.
I think then 30K in the morning. Yeah.
Ooh! And this is with you eating or not eating gels.
Not eating.
Oh
Actually,
yeah.
I haven't been taking gels for
You
very
Wow.
you
long.
you run 250 marathon without taking gels?
Yes, but for that one, I had a couple of bottles of Tailwind. But the
Okay, what is
Tailwind
Tailwind? Is it
is
just I've never had Tailwind. What is this? Electrolyte drink or what?
yeah, it's an electrolyte drink.
Okay.
So,
So
but
you had two electrolyte drinks for your
I think
42K.
three.
You had three electrolyte drinks for 42K of running.
Yeah.
Surely that's not enough.
I've been trying to incorporate nutrition into my run, but every time I try, um, it it either doesn't go well or I feel like I just didn't take them. Cause so for an example, workout would be maybe 30K easy run and then
Yes.
5 km at 4 minute pace, cause we were trying
Okay.
to improve on my closing. So I do the
Yes.
30K easy, feeling good, and then I feel like it's just 5K more. I don't need the gel anymore. So I don't take the gel. Then this keeps happening, and then end up I never practice taking my gel.
But that sounds like a you problem, one. That sounds like you are not practicing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and
So
then there
it's
are
very so you can change it really easily. Just take the gel.
some moments where I take the gel and then I feel very uncomfortable afterwards. Then I'll puke it out. So
But that's trainable, lah. I mean, it's part of the process. Is like figuring out. Okay, when you take gel, do you take water with it?
no.
Then of course you puke, lah. Especially when you're so dehydrated in Singapore.
No, I do take, as in, throughout the run, I'm taking in water as well.
Okay, but when you take gel, do you take water after the gel, like together?
Oh, no, no.
You have to, otherwise you definitely puke. Oh my god. Okay, please speak to a nutritionist about this. I'm not going to claim to be an expert in nutritional advice, but in Singapore, especially when your mouth is so dehydrated, your system is so dehydrated, it's a lot harder. I find it a lot harder to consume gels in Singapore compared to overseas because your stomach is perpetually dehydrated, your digestive system is perpetually dehydrated, and under a good deal of stress from the running and the heat and the humidity that any small cock up, you will feel it and you will throw it up if you're not careful. So I would highly recommend taking water with the gel. I think we solved the problem. Qingling is gonna run 240 very soon. All she has to do is take a fucking gel and take a fucking water with the gel in her training and
No,
figure
but
it out.
yeah, I'm gonna
No,
I'm
imagine
gonna
no,
practice that.
imagine if you took a gel every 5k with water in a race, you are not gonna bonk at the end. You'll be like then you feel comfortable towards the end, and then you can speed up towards the end. Because marathon is not about how good of a runner you are at the end; it's about how well you're fueled and whether or not the body has something left. Wow, I think we cracked the code. Romain, good question.
Hey,
Go
maybe
and
that
try,
solves the
please.
walking issue too, because your legs
Yeah.
aren't feeling as tired as you
Part of the
say it is.
podcast is to share like information that can be very useful and applicable and educational to the Singapore distance community so that we can uncover our next SEA Games distance medalists. So I think this is a fantastic example of a good correction that can be made. And I can tell you, SEA Games marathon for women's side is not impossible to medal. Like there's no depth. Odecta aside, I think everyone else is kind of beatable. So yeah. Anyway, good question.
Okay, I have another question if you're done.
Yeah.
Okay, so Xingling, would you rather race a 10 km in tropical conditions, let's say Singapore or Malaysia, or a full marathon in cool climate?
I think 10 km in tropical conditions, cause it's I feel like it hurts less than marathon in cool climate. It's fast, get it over and done with.
Ah,
I mean, I agree. I think a more comparable, sorry, a harder choice would be half marathon in tropical or full marathon in cool climate. 10K is over before you know it.
yeah, sure.
Shingling, would you Dylan? If Dylan was out of the picture, would you rather date someone 15 years older or 10 years younger?
15 years older.
That was a easy. Romaine was doing the maths in her head for a long time before I told her she had to answer, and she went with 10 years younger.
Yeah, and I got questioned by some uni boys after I said that piece. So, uh,
What did they say? What did they say?
oh, they just brought that fact up because I was asking, or rather, yeah, I was asking them what they thought about the podcast because they were the ones who approached me and say, "Oh, you were talking about launching a podcast and now it's actually happening." And then I was just asking them for feedback about how it's going, whether it's too long, and to which they said, "No, it's not too long. I want it to be even longer. Let's put Xingling on for like 4 hours because they want to know more about you." Yeah.
Okay, what did they want to know about Xingling? Actually, let me check my Instagram stories. You can ask the next question when I check my Instagram stories.
Actually, they are teammates with you, so they know who you are, and actually, this guy put you as top in his rankings for the Singapore Marathon later this year, just because he has a teammate bias. Not,
There we go. That's Pranav lah. I'm gonna guess it's Pranav.
it's the other one.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Okay, we get both of them on the podcast. That'll be a chaotic podcast. Xingling, um, we're gonna ask you wildcard for the Singapore International Marathon. The BYD Singapore International Marathon presented by Adidas. On the men's side, you know how the qualification system works, right? Top 10 plus 3 reading podium winners plus the half marathon champ. That's me, so that goes into the 11. Because I won the double, it goes into the 11. 10 becomes 11, rather. And there's one wildcard spot. Who would you give the wildcard spot to on the men? You are allowed to say Dylan to throw him in and watch him suffer.
Actually, I got two picks. So
Okay.
one is
No, no, no,
Sean
no, no,
or
no,
Sean.
no, no. That's not my
Oh,
question. My question is
okay.
one.
Okay, then Sean. Sean.
Sean, go. Okay.
Yeah.
Why Sean?
Just cause I think he can run a good marathon. Cause
And
he's
who
good
is?
in the half.
Yeah. I mean, you never know until you try. But I think signs are pointing in the right direction for Sean Go. And who is your second pick?
Najib.
Ah,
Yep,
okay.
yep. Those are two guys who have made the wildcard picks in the previous episode so far. I picked Sean, by the way,
Yeah.
and I got shot down by this guy over here because reasons.
No, really well. Like if Sean is already dominating at the half, why you want to come and lose at the full?
Uh, my point still stands.
Shing Ling, for the women's side, um, who would you like to see with the wild card for the Singapore International Marathon?
Actually, I also have two picks for this.
Okay.
So,
Well, who is the first pick?
Vanessa Lee.
This is Vanessa Lee. Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Same reason as Sean, cause I think she's pretty fast in the half. I think she can try the full as well.
Okay. And what would you like to see her in the full marathon?
Yeah, more people to run with.
That's a complete example of Darren, man. Darren was just like, I don't want more competition. I'm just gonna throw it to whoever was 12. He wasn't good enough to make the top 11. And who is your second pick?
Shen Jie.
Ah, Xuan Jie. That's a new one. And you also think that she can do a good marathon? Is that why you picked her?
Yeah, and I feel that cause she's duathlete slash triathlete, I think these duathlete slash triathletes are very good at endurance based sport, and yeah, which is like the marathon.
No, 100%. I mean, Ben
Look
Khoo
at
is a
Ben Khoo.
fantastic example. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ben Khoo in 2024, and this is a story for you on gels. Ben Khoo took 8 gels in the 2024 Singapore National Championships, and because of that, he bonked at 25, but had a second win from 35 onwards, and he closed quite well, and he took second. That's crazy lah. It's really crazy. And because his stomach is like, Iron Man stomach lah. But obviously you're taking it with water lah. You need to take it with water what. If I take gel without water, I also puke. Right. I didn't take 8 lah. I only took 4. And he took double. So I also want to try and stomach more gels. I think that the better field you are, the better you can run. I mean, common sense. So, way too early Singapore International Marathon predictions. Based on your wild card for the men's side, which was Sean, if he was in the field, who would your podium picks be? In the order that, in obviously first, second, third order.
You're
You can
running
go
also,
third.
right?
Yeah, assuming I'm running this.
It would be you, Sean, and I don't know if Arif is running or not, but I would say Arif.
Oh, it's Arif? Yeah. Okay, let's just assume Arif on the rankings is running lah. So, Arif picked for podium. That's an interesting pick. I've never seen Arif in pick for marathon podium yet. Yeah. But she agrees with me, you see? So, Sean should stick to the half. Protect his position there. Otherwise, who's going to win the half?
Second place in full marathon still wins more than the half marathon champion,
Stop
right?
thinking about money only lah. You sound like your friend lah. Stop thinking about money only lah.
And top two
it's
go
also-
to the SEA Games.
Yeah lah, that's if you want to run the SEA Games marathon lah. But if
Yeah.
you're talking about money only, I can tell you, first place in the half is 7,500. Second place in the full is 15,000. You're running double the distance, but it's more than twice as hard. The marathon is more than twice as hard as the half marathon.
So it's up to
I can tell you that.
how-
I can tell you that. Okay, way too early picks on the women's side. Do not be afraid to pick yourself. This is not a humility contest.
I think first would
With your wildcard, which was Vanessa.
first would be Rachel.
Another Rachel prediction.
Yeah.
I think all of you are just piling the pressure on her and hoping she will crack because Rachel doesn't like pressure. It's very obvious that she doesn't.
I would place myself as second.
Okay.
And third, if Nicole is doing, then I'll put her third.
Okay. So you throw Vanessa into the fray, but you wouldn't put her for podium.
Um, I think it's hard to. I mean, just cause I want her to experience the marathon.
You're like Darren lah. You want to see her suffer. Everybody just want Vanessa to run the marathon so she can suffer, so that everyone can laugh at her.
Oh, she might like
Damn
it.
evil. She might like it, yeah. I mean, I don't. If she runs her first marathon in Singapore, I don't think she'll like it. But who knows? Romaine, do you agree with those picks?
Do I agree with those picks?
Would you swap anything around?
It was
It was
you,
Nicole, her, and sorry. It was Nicole,
Rachel, Shing,
Xing Ling, and
and
then
Nicole.
sorry. It was Rachel first, Xing Ling second, Nicole third. This is Xing Ling's picks lah.
Yes. I sincerely hope that you outrun Nicole before the last part. If that is going to be true.
My picks are actually Xing Ling first if she doesn't walk lah. Okay, if I changed my pick already because that time that time I wasn't picking Vanessa to win the whole thing. I was picking Vanessa to finish in front of Rachel and Nicole. But if Xing Ling takes 8 gels and doesn't walk, I have Xing Ling winning. It's no contest. After hearing the 2 hours of the story just gone by, if Xing Ling takes 8 gels and doesn't walk, Xing Ling wins the Singapore Marathon. That is already set in stone. So it's up to you, Xing Ling.
I'll practice this time.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay,
Anything
any
else,
gel
Romaine?
company out there who wants to give this marathon upstart a go, you know where to find her. We'll leave her account in the description.
No. I mean, like, you're asking a marathon company to sponsor someone who doesn't take gels. What kind of sales pitch is that?
No, that is the perfect pitch because by giving her gels that she ends up liking and takes and wins, then that's a transformation story.
Yeah, or maybe you can just shop around and try all kinds of different gels. I think you sent me a list of gels you've tried. I didn't see Precision Hydration on the list, so maybe you can try that. That one actually tastes like ice cream, quite nice. Or like strawberry yogurt. Yeah, tastes quite nice.
I
I'm
try a
not even
lot of
kidding.
different.
I go recommend it. Yeah. And if you don't like gels, don't take the caffeinated gels first. Like try the non-caffeinated gels, and then like my friend Lucy Reed here in Britain actually like introduced me to Precision Hydration. It's been a fantastic gel for me as well. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, Xingling, for joining us on episode 3 of the Run So Fast podcast. I see lots of you viewing the videos. I don't see all of you subscribing to the channels, so please like, share, and subscribe. Give us a 5-star rating on Spotify. If you've listened this long, you know you like it. Xingling, we wish you all the best. We will have you on for episode 2 of Xingling further down the road after some of your key races. Good luck to Romaine in Taiwan Open coming up in a week's time. And we'll see you guys soon. Goodbye. Okay.